do you ever look at it like, man, he's about to fuck up a lot of money?
Hell yeah, everybody, nigga, $2 million, $200 million. Everybody, you know, niggas trying to be some shit that what you trying to be, nigga, we trying to be what you is. Niggas trying to get to 200 million so they ain't got to deal with this bullshit. You got the 200 million and you want to deal with the bullshit that niggas already know ain't worth shit. Somebody need to tell the little young nigga, man, niggas in the streets and real niggas don't respect a motherfucker who ain't got to be in the streets doing. Come on, man, that shit that's ass backwards, man. What the fuck am I gonna respect a nigga that's worth $200 million trying to be a gangster? And that's one of the biggest complaints is that it's gotten to the point now, 2 times you did this, that now it's gotten to the points, even in mainstream media, that people who are really from the streets, who see him throwing up gang signs, people who have really been to the penitentiary, people like yourself who really from the streets, the main argument is that, man, it's offensive. I ain't offended by shit. Okay. What I'll be offended by is I see the nigga laid out on the motherfucking concrete with his motherfucking wig split wide the fuck open because a nigga done popped his top on some dumb shit. Then I'll be offended, but you still got the chance to get it right. I ain't offended by shit, nigga. You could, man, this world is like the army, nigga. Be all you can be, nigga. I'm not here to try to tell the next man who he is or what he can be. But if that, I'm not offended. I just think you're a stupid biscuit head ass nigga. I'm not offended though at all. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So he a whole man. I not here to control no other man. I got a motherfucking task just keeping my own motherfucking self on track and online. So what the fuck I look like trying to tell the next man who he is or what he can't be? But I know what you ain't. You ain't no motherfucking street nigga. So I don't know what the fuck wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Yeah, but he's definitely from Dalzell, South Carolina suburbs. You briefly had kind of mentioned real quick in what you was just saying now that who's around him to tell him, hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know, man. His partners, you would hope that his partners had more snap than that, cause man, that's the money, nigga. That's the reason. You fucking bad bitches that you flying all around the world, nigga, that you walking past the line in the club, you popping bottles is because of that nigga. Nigga, you see what ask motherfucking Michael Vick people, his inner circle and his partners, what happened when that nigga went to jail. All that whole ass shit stopped, nigga. Facts. You know what I'm saying? You niggas is, come on, man, y'all gotta be sharper than that. You gotta protect that nigga. You niggas is, and a nigga tried to put the camera down, but it shouldn't even got to that point. You knew the nigga had a gun on him. Yeah. You're in the car with him. So for you to even, you should have told, hey, man, put that shit in the glove box. What you got there for, man? Get your security. Get a bulletproof vest, my nigga. We'll bulletproof the car. Man, we'll surround you with the homies, man. What the fuck is y'all niggas doing, man? Man, this man here could be so much more than just a $200 million contract. That's a nigga who got limited vision, because if the nigga truly had vision, he would see even past the 200 million, nigga, cause like you got, this nigga is leaving shoe deals, endorsements on the table. Yeah, have you even opened up any kind of businesses? Have you invested in the people around you to make them better, to start any kind of other business or something that, to make your capital grow, cause it's a whole bunch of niggas who had just as much money as you got out the league and out these sports. These niggas is broke, my nigga. Facts, man. Don't think that man, that's niggas' problem. Niggas get a little something and they think that shit gonna last forever, nigga. He's already lost, they said, $600,000, and then he's not gonna qualify for his max contract extension. Man, don't think that shit gonna last forever, my nigga, because it's enough niggas out there that could tell you that shit don't last forever, my nigga. You know how many motherfucking rappers that had a hit song here, a hit song there, and thought they made it, nigga? Yeah. It's way more niggas that you ain't heard of than it is that it's still around, my nigga. For real shit. Real shit.
Okay, so talking about his partners and people around him, another major critique I seen, especially from like older NBA players. I seen a Gilbert Arenas podcast. And
he the nigga to tell him.
Right. And he's telling him some real shit on the podcast.
Gilbert the nigga to tell him, nigga, you better, that's the nigga, that's the first nigga who go bring them tools to the motherfucking front door, nigga. That nigga Gilbert Arenas, nigga. He got the right name. He brought them things in the arena, nigga. You just ride around in a car fucking on that.
Right. Okay, so look, on Gilbert Arenas podcast, he had Kenyon Martin. And Kenyon Martin says that, like, you know, you talked about his partners and people around him, but Kenyon Martin says that it falls more on his father. T. Morant is on the side of the game with the shades on, having a good time. What do you think?
At some point, man, a man gonna be a man. You know what I'm saying? And in this country, when you 18, they say you're a man. You could go across seas and kill a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? For the government. You know, I'm sure he's a loving father, and he's probably done told him. But you know, he a man. You know, man, I'm worth $200 million, man. You can't tell him what to do. He gonna do what he want. T. Morant can't be, you know, he can't wake up and jump in that nigga clothes with him. You know, he ain't with him all the time, man. So he's a man. So you can't, I'm sure T. Morant done told him.
Yeah,
motherfuckers around me told me, nigga, that shit that went in one end out the other, man. When a nigga got his mind made up on what he gonna do and who he gonna be in life, man, ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Be it man, woman, child. Once a motherfucker mind is made up, you can't beat it into a motherfucker to make them be nothing.
Especially when they're young and got money.
Yeah, man. And, you know, his partners is more of influence, the partners and hip-hop culture and bitches and man, it's a lot, man. That nigga, his daddy, man, that nigga ain't trying to hear that whole ass shit his old man talking about, man. Because if he was, he wouldn't be in this motherfucking predicament he in.
Facts. His father had to have told us.
Man, what father is going...
Especially coming from a two-parent home, all that type. He probably told him 1,000 times.
Yeah, and I'm sure his pops had a decent job, but nigga, $200 million. His old man ain't seen no $200 million. Because if he would, Ja Morant show be a lot different if he grew up in a wealthy household. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, sometimes the wealthy kids be.
Yeah.
And that's what the picture is being painted. We haven't seen anything otherwise to say that Ja is not that.
I think that they was a well-to-do family, but
I think they had a good family structure.
Yeah, wealthy kids might be like spoiled rich motherfuckers, but they don't just.
He had more than the average young black person.
Yeah. It's by the picture I seen, it looked like, you know, he wasn't starving. They ain't missed no meals. I don't think they was worried about the lights getting cut off or paying rent. I didn't get that type of vibe from, you know.
For sure. Man, so you said the partners. So now it gets deep when you say the partners. So the partner who was in the video on live recording in this most recent video is the same partner who on paperwork is involved with the case where they had to fight with the young kid.
With the young teenager.
Right, so his partner is also involved.
I don't even know much about that.
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't know much about it, though.
And that's also the same partner who was involved in the situation with the Indiana Pacers. So during the regular season, the Indiana Pacers played Memphis Grizzlies and they had a lot of, you know, gritty friction. They was talking, fighting.
Is that when his daddy was on the sideline when they almost got into it too?
No, that was with LA Lakers and Shannon Sharp. But prior to that, a regular season game, the Grizzlies played Indiana Pacers, and it was a very physical game, and at the end of the game, it was a lot of kind of like, you know, aggression. You go to your locker room, I go to my locker room, but they had a situation where when the Grizzlies players was leaving the locker room and passing by the visiting team's parking area, the Grizzlies was the Pacers were having red beams shot on them.
Oh, that's
right.
I seen about
and it comes to turn out eventually through the NBA investigation that that's the same partner who was in the most recent video with the beam situation. So that's the guy who so I don't know if that's his friend from high school, but that guy's name is Devontae Peck, and he's turning up on Instagram too. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing I don't hear about is people talking about the partner. How do you feel about the partner and his accountability to this whole thing?
You know what? I say a lot of times that motherfuckers you think is clapping for you is really clapping at you, my nigga.
Man, you had a post recently that said you think a lot of times when you thought they was clapping for you,
they had both of their hands in their pocket.
Man, that's heavy, man.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know his relationship with his partner, but it seemed like he trying to sabotage the nigga career. If he keep on doing this shit over and over, what is you doing, my nigga? Like, what's the point and purpose of what you got beams pointed at a professional NBA team? My nigga, have you just not started watching basketball, my nigga? They need to play some tapes of this nigga in the 80s and the 70s, nigga, especially the 80s with the Lakers and the Bad Boys and the Celtics and the 76ers and the Rockets, nigga. The
Knicks, all of them.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. This is a grown man sport where bodies are bumping into each other. Tempers are. You just a homeboy, my nigga. What is